This video was brought to you by YugiOhMint.com. Check out their selection of over 20,000 cards and prices better than TCG Player.
Alright, what's up YouTube? Uncle40 here. I'm going to be profiling the Blue Eyes OTK deck that was piloted by a majority of my team at ARG Nats. A few things have changed in this list prior to now and then. I've been testing this. It's been pretty good in results. But let's dig into this. This isn't your standard control variant, one to point out. Also, shout out to YugiOhMint.com. Please make sure you guys check them out for all of your Crusaders of Lornia needs, as well as any other trading card games. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Weiss, Cardfight Vanguard. So remember to check them out. There will be a discount code in the description as well for you guys to enter and save 8% on your order on checkout. So check them out. Alright. So, what does this deck do? This is SoulCharge.deck. You make, the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at the moment, you make the biggest board you can, proceed to pray that your opponent doesn't break it, much like Pendulums. Alright, on to the build. 3 vanilla Blue Eyes White Dragons, heart and soul of the deck, obviously. One of the things you'll realize playing this deck, Blue Eyes is Bay. 2 alternatives. 3 can get clogged at times, especially when you want to resolve Soul Charge as much as you can. 2 seems to be the optimal number. Obviously, I'm playing Left Arm Offering, so unfortunately, when I'm stuck with multiple alternatives in my hand off of a Melody, don't really have a way to ditch them, so we're just sticking to 2 with that. 3 of the White Stone of Ancients, cards absolutely broken. Special summon a dragon from my deck during the end phase, or I can add back a Blue Eyes to my hand, which is extremely broken. So, and then of course, 2 White Stones, Card of Consonants, search for vanilla Blue Eyes, summon alternative. It's also level 1 tuner, which is extremely broken. So, saying broken a lot, but like, cards that generically have multiple effects are inherently good. That's what we've learned about Yu-Gi-Oh! So, 2 Sage with Eyes of Blue. Obviously, I'm not maining Effect Veiler, but having the ability to search for this or this for cards of consonants, extremely good. Also, having the secondary effect to discard it to special summon. Also can be important at times too, but still, 2 Sages. Obviously, 3 can be good, as I said, but 2 for the number for this build. 2 Dragon Spirit of White. Once again, 3's too much, 2's okay. Obviously, you can summon it off of this. To banish spells and traps, just being another normal Blue Eyes monster. Also, it gets you further discarded through Dragon Ravine, which can be important. Alright, of course, let's go. Ability search for this off Dragon Ravine is very important. It's an additional tuner that you have access to at pretty much any point in the game. Being able to load up the graveyard even further to continue combos. I haven't had a scenario where I've drawn this, trust me. It sucks if you do, but having additional tuners at your disposal for this deck, extremely important. And last but not least, the Goliath Archbrave engine. Sucks if you draw Archbrave, sucks if you draw Goliath. You play trade-ins for good reason. Bear that in mind. Also, having Goliath on the board after Dark Matter play from Soul Charge can make or break the game state for your opponent. Additionally, having to deal with 4,000 and 2,750 to be able to special summon again. Can be broken. Also, the fact that he can banish spells or trap cards through being revived, extremely good. Next up, Triple Melody, second best card in the deck. Ability to search for Blue Eyes or Alternative Dragon, free of charge, or just discarding tuners or things like that. Set up your graveyard for Soul Charge, extremely valuable. 3 trade-in, discard level 8, draw cards. 3 cards consonants. This card is terrible. I hate it, but in this build you have to maximize your results. It's really bad to say that. You need the additional draw power. We don't have good cards like Card of Destruction anymore in the TCG, but you do have plenty of tuners. Corseska, White Stone, Ancients. I mean, you have 6 targets that you can search for multiple ways. You shouldn't have any problem resolving them at any point in time. Next up, 2 Dragon Ravines. Once again, ability to dump from the deck to the graveyard to set up Archbrave on a slower turn. You have the ability to search for Corseska. This card does a lot for your deck. Triple Dragon Shrine, same thing as Ravine, just you don't get the search of the tuner. But it does give you 2 cards to set up in the graveyard. Also being able to resolve Ancients is pretty good. Revival cards, Silver's Cry, just bring back normal Blue Eyes or Dragon Spirit of White. 3, Return of the Dragon Lords. Gospel's ridiculous. Bring back a monster, and it gives you a blanketing condition to protect something. Gotta love that. Next up, Soul Charge. Win condition of the deck. Draw this, resolve this. You're pretty much guaranteed to win the game. And then triple left arm offering. Stupid card. As long as you have 2 or more cards in your hand, when you activate this, banish your entire hand, search your deck for a spell card. Hi, Soul Charge. Last but not least, 1 Upstart Goblin for the main deck. Alright, extra deck. What kind of XYZs are we packing here? 1 Moonlight Rose Dragon. Being able to use this off of your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Also, it's level 7, so if you do have another tuner, you can go into Crystal Wing. Win condition in itself, same thing. Another tuner plus Michael, same thing, Spirit Abuse. More Spirit Abuse. Let's see here. 2 Azure Eyes, 2 Spirit Dragons, basic combos. I know some builds are only playing 1 Azure Eyes. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but there's quite a few scenarios where you can have this into this, or you can make an additional one of these when these are out. Depends on how far you've resourced out the game for the extra deck. I mean, this card's stupid. Next up, one I'll say, just generic removal for things. I mean, if I excavate the card I call, okay, no problems. Titanic Galaxy, generic pendulum negation, being able to take their card, steal their Pantheism. Heliopolis, more monster destruction. 2 Cypher Eyes, this card's stupid. Take my opponent's monster, turn into a galaxy monster, proceed to overlay with it. 1 Full Armor, and 1 Doesn't Matter Dragon. Arguably probably the best card that you have access to in this deck, being 4,000 pretty much all points of time and can attack twice. So that's the extra deck. Side deck, 1 Titanic Galaxy, additional negation for your opponent. You can set up 2 Titanics against your opponent. You should win in most scenarios involving spells. 2 Veilers, side them in. You have Sage with Eyes of Blue to search it, resolve it for hand traps. So you can board your deck into a control deck if you need to. 2 Twin Twisters, gotta have that generic board control. 1 Regeki, just something I'm playing. Generic mass removal. Triple Swords of Concealing Light. Flip down big boards, make sure your opponent can't resolve effects, yada yada. It's pretty good. 2 Rough Panels, specifically for Pantheism. You resolve this against Monarchs. You pretty much blow out your opponent, we've learned. Next up, 1 Solemn Warning, 2 Solemn Strikes, and an Emptiness. These obviously should be Chaos Trapples. I don't have access to them at the moment, so I'm improvising with Strikes and Warning. Obviously this isn't good against Monarch player, but if you resolve it, you resolve it. So, I mean, can't really complain about that if they don't have return. But obviously things like Chaos Trapples are extremely valuable for the side deck. Anything that can really negate anything against Monarchs. Domain is probably your worst matchup playing this deck. Burning Abyss should be relatively easy for you. Obviously Anti-Spell can fuck you up, but there's not really much you can do about that either. Pendulum should be pretty easy. Anything XYZ related, you have Cypher Eyes to deal with. So yeah, guys, please check out YugiOhMint.com. Link will be in the description for you guys, along with that promo code that I promised you guys. So please do check them out. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Matt Nistico, Jeffrey Torres, Sebastian Huss all took a lot of their time to build this for everyone, and they did pretty well. So, alright guys, I'm out. Later.